All right, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're ready. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to me, Goose.
Do you have any any kind of skit or anything you want to talk about before we officially begin?
Yeah, I got something. All right, so Top Gun. So we're going to talk about Top Gun Maverick, but I think it's important to address a little bit about the original one and how we both have a family member that is like particularly attached to it.
Wait, really? Who do you have?
Yeah. So Top Gun, the original one, is my mom's favorite movie. Okay. I know, right?
That's such a weird one. Why?
She made me watch it like when I was a kid, and I grew up like with her really liking that movie. She loves the soundtrack. She loves the planes. She loves the friendship. She loves the volleyball scene. She loves everything about the movie. So she was particularly excited about it, and I think the effect of the pandemic, the fact that it was delayed for 3 years because this was going to come out in 2011, I think this is the thing that hurt her the most. Just the fact that it was delayed for so long. So when it finally came out, I got her tickets. I was like, I'm gonna take you to see it. We're gonna see it as soon as possible. I'm gonna get it to you in like the nicest possible chair, and we're gonna see it, and hopefully you like it. And she came in, and she was like a kid in Christmas. Like, she was so happy the entire time. She didn't shut up the entire movie. She talked the entire time, and it was kind of wonderful. Like, I love to see people be excited about the things that they love, and that was a really nice thing to see. So I have that. I enjoyed the original movie. I enjoyed this one. But being sat next to her and seeing her like that, like react to everything, that was pretty special. Now, from what I've heard you also got a family member that also kind of loves it. Did you get to see it with them? Like, how's that been?
No, yeah. So without diving too much, it's Nikki's dad loved the movie growing up.
Yeah.
It made him want to be a pilot for a short period of time. He loved Top Gun. We actually engaged in a conversation once, and it's rare that you can get him. It's rare that I've been able to get him like spinning on something that's a movie. He talks about a lot of stuff that he likes. But when he was talking about Top Gun, like, he went nonstop for about 10 minutes on, like, great parts, great scenes, all the stuff that happened, the characters, like, he did to Top Gun what I can do to Batman or Joker. And that's saying something,
Yeah.
So I mean, he, when we found out that how much he loves the film and whatnot, me and Nick were both like, let's buy tickets. So we actually, we bought the tickets for me and Nikki and her whole family. We all went together, all 5 of us, to watch it, and it was a great experience. They loved it, the visuals, actually right from the get-go, like, everything was great. They, not reviewing too much into the movie, but the fact that they started off with the whole, America's elite pilots, go to the school to learn aerial maneuvers. They called it Top Gun. Like, the fact that it starts off exactly like the original, and then it hits the danger zone, like, it popped everybody, and, like, just for the briefest of moments, I looked over 4 seats down, and I saw a smile. I'm like, all right, this is going to be good. So no, I mean, I think it was a great experience. It's so nice because there's a lot of films that you and me really look forward to because we're fans of like these characters and this and that. But I think one thing we forget is in the 80s it wasn't that common. Like, like, it wasn't a guarantee you were going to get a sequel, let alone sequels. Like, we're spoiled, man. Like, I got like 8 Batman films to choose from. You got like 9 Star Wars films to choose from. This is the second Top Gun film in 36 years. We're spoiled. So the fact that we both got to see these people that we admire, like, have their moments where they love something, that was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. And I think that's going to be the thesis of the entire film. And we're going to get when we get to that. But yeah, just it's nice to enjoy a movie. I think it's even nicer to enjoy a movie with people that are also enjoying it. In the words of one of my favorite authors, nothing that you do in this life will be as interesting as the people that you do it with. So that is going to be a thing to carry throughout this entire film. So we're going to start cheesy. We're going to end cheesy. You ready?
This film was not short on cheese, but down. All right, let's get started. Thank you for welcoming us onto your headphones. I'm Maverick.
And I'm Rooster. And this is the
It's
rollback.
the rollback. I thought you were going to say Goose. I was like, are you sure you want to be Goose? Because we both know what happens.
No, I don't. Top Gun Maverick. I feel the need for speed. After more than 30 years of service as one of the Navy's top aviators, Pitt Maverick Mitchell is where he belongs, pushing the envelope as a courageous test pilot and dodging the advancement in rank that would ground him. So, this is, as we mentioned in the intro, the sequel, the really awaited sequel to Top Gun, the hit from the 80s, and now a new summer blockbuster in 2022. Possibly the greatest definition of the blockbuster is every root of a blockbuster is represented in this sequel. I am making no secret right from the get-go that I love this movie, but I do want to hear, we talk about what our family thinks. Let's talk about what we think. So, I watched the movie when I was a kid, and I watched it a couple times more growing up. I watched it again before watching this one. You recently watched it to watch the new one, so we're gonna have like that different perspective on it. What did you think
of the original or the new one?
Both.
I understand why the original one was historic and it was a big deal. I get it. I just didn't love it. I liked it a lot.
You call it cringe. Yeah.
There's some cringy moments in there, but this one, goddamn, if it didn't hit everything out of the park like twice. Like, there's so much to Top Gun Maverick. There's so much. And I'm genuinely scared we're going to miss some things. You're right. This is a blockbuster. And the crazy thing is, the budget was $170 million. And it's not like they go anywhere crazy. Like, they're not. You know where all that money was spent? Goddamn jet fuel. That's where all that money went, was the jet fuel to film all those scenes. Because where are they? They're in a classroom. They're in a bar. They're in a classroom. They're at a house in a classroom. Like, they didn't spend jack shit on location. They spent all the money on jet fuel. And you know what? It was worth it.
It was so worth it. Like, I went in knowing that all the scenes that when they were in airplanes, they were actually in airplanes.
They're legit.
The director just put cameras on top of them and then told them, like, you're going to press record and you're just going to say your lines while you're flying and then you're going to come back. Like, that's it. And god damn, like, Tom Cruise, Jesus Christ, he executive produced this, he produced this shit. He was the one, he's the idea guy. Like, yeah, he there's a director, there's producers, there's a studio, but he's the one that brings the heat. And Jesus Christ, like, what? Oh God, how lucky are we that we get to see something like this happen? Yeah.
Well, real quick, I want to talk about the making of the film before we jump into the story itself.
Yeah.
Not trying to go into too far in spoilers, but Val Kilmer actually does reprise his role as Iceman from the original. He has throat cancer in this film, much like he does in real life. At one point in 2011, I believe they were considering Top Gun Maverick. The sequel to Top Gun has been in development hell for almost 20 years. One point, like, Tom Cruise straight up said, like, if we don't do it with at least Val Kilmer in the film, I'm not doing it. Like he refused to do the film unless he was included. He got paid to help make sure, like, hey, he's gonna be okay. Mm-hmm. You know, for his family and whatnot. So I mean, I don't always have a lot of great things to say about Tom Cruise, but in that particular case, you know what? He's stuck by Val Kilmer, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, he should be like the world's greatest action movie star, but he's so fucking weird that, you know, that kind of stops him from that. But if we just talk about him, like, as a movie star and as an actor, then Jesus Christ, yeah, he brings the heat. Like,
yeah, we're not going to mention any of the crazy Scientology, South Park, volcano, alien stuff.
All the women that he's married and divorced, you know, all of that. Yeah, we're not going to talk about
Didn't he divorce like 2 wives when they hit 33 or 30?
That I don't know.
I want to say I think Nikki told me about that. He divorced 2 different wives when they both hit at the same age. It's like, gee, is this a pattern?
Have this is gonna be the last thing I mentioned. But have you seen the picture of Nicole Kidman walking out of her divorce settlement?
No.
Like there's a picture of Nicole Kidman like walking out of like signing her last piece of paper like to divorce Tom Cruise, and she's living. She's like, yeah, she's fucking office.
Freedom, da, 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 freedom.
I'll send you the picture. But okay, but just Tom Cruise as Maverick. Jesus, like what a performance! What a feel good movie. Honestly, like this movie makes me like believe in like old school filmmaking where you didn't have to have lore or wikis or anything. Like it's just a movie. And it ends and you feel so good because they win. Like that. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. I needed a big, stupid, loud, fun, feel good summer blockbuster after 3 years of shit. I needed this. I needed a movie like this, mate. And I got it. And I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna see the Marvels. I'm gonna see the DC. I'm gonna see the stupid Bullet Train movie. I'm gonna see it. But this, oh god, this, I wanted something like this. Okay. I know it's franchise. I know it's IP. I know it's a sequel. But oh god, it's such a feel good movie. I was so happy watching it.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, you're right. This is like, okay, there's some iconic 80s films like Rocky, Creed, Ghostbusters. In the last few years, we've had those hit. We've had Creed 2, we had Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now Top Gun Maverick. Like, the 80s won't fucking die. No matter how bad we want them to.
Yeah. and then you know we just got the release of Stranger Things, so like that whole vibe is alive and well. But something about this movie, I was afraid that it was gonna be too 80s, and that they wouldn't find a way to like make it fit to 2022. They made it work. They made it work so well. The filmmaking behind this is great. The acting is so natural, and like the characters are so good. Like they didn't need to have like such a dark backstory or anything. Like it didn't need to be overly complicated. This movie works because it knows that it's a movie. It's not a statement. It's not saving anyone's childhood. It's just a good movie, and I'm so into that. I more movies like this, please. Just more. Give me more of these. Like I will take 100 of these before I take another. Jesus Christ, another. I don't know, something else. Like this is the vibe. This is the vibe that we needed.
What's called? So let's talk about the film itself. So the film begins with Maverick doing the most Maverick of Mavericks, and he takes a plane, a experimental, very expensive,
a badass looking plane.
A very experimental, badass looking plane, and the dumbass. The agreement is he had to hit Mach 9 today, right, on this particular day. And they're like, well, no, they're going to shut us down. Like, they want Mach 10. He's like, we had another month to work on that. He's like, I guess not. Fuck it. I guess we're hitting Mach 10. So he goes against the Admiral's wishes. They wait. He fucking hits Mach 10. And everyone's celebrating. And even the guy's like, God damn it, we have to continue the program. But Maverick got a Maverick. He's like, just a little more. You stupid son of a bitch. Do you know how fast Mach 10 is?
No
so
idea.
Each time you hit a Mach, you're breaking the speed of sound, right? You're breaking the sound barrier every time. This stupid son of a bitch was going 7,672 miles per hour. Do you understand? That's more than a mile a second.
How much is that in kilometers? I don't know. I don't understand your stupid metric system.
God damn it. Fine. Okay. That's like going... Shit, that's even faster. Well, it looks faster. So that's like... So going Mach 10 is going 12,348 kilometers per hour, which is a lot of kilometers per hour.
Okay, I get that. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just that I don't get your stupid metric system, and neither does NASA, and neither does the rest of the fucking world. Fix yourselves.
Hey, you know what? God. There's only so much I can do from where I'm at. But the stupid son of a bitch is going over 7,600 miles per hour, and then he decides, you know what? Faster. and he destroys the goddamn plane,
Yeah.
which is the most Tom Cruise thing that he survives not one but two bullshit plane crashes in this film. One, again, he was going Mach 10. Not only should he be dead, they shouldn't be able to find his body. Like he has now been burnt up in the atmosphere, and he now exists in the dust in the like upper atmosphere.
Yeah. I like the scene where so he crashes, he gets up, he walks to this bar, he asks for a phone, and then he goes like, "Where are we?" And then a kid goes, "Earth." Like that. You know,
this film it plays really well with comedy. Like at some parts, like
this movie's
it has
funny.
no reason being as funny as it is.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw it with the best crowd possible, but everyone in my theater was howling at a lot of scenes.
Agreed, because we also saw it on premiere weekend,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, no, this is good.
Yeah, the people who wanted to see it were gonna see it then, and they were gonna be excited for everything.
Well, the same way that, like, all the kids nowadays are like looking forward to every Marvel film. There were a lot of like older people going to this film, and they were acting like Marvel fans, cheering, laughing, having a great time, talking. Like, it's nice to be a part of a different crowd. Of like, you know what? I like the fact that everyone here loves this film. But so Maverick is supposed to be like kicked out. At one point, one of the guys says, "Look, you should either be at least a 2-star admiral, which is the equivalent of 2-star general, which getting a star is fucking nuts. Congress has to approve of your star. You should either be a 2-star admiral or a goddamn senator, and yet your dumbass is here as a captain. You refuse to advance. You refuse to retire. You got one choice. Go to Top Gun, or you can fuck off forever." And he's like, "I guess I'm going to Top Gun."
Yeah.
And there we meet the team, and Jesus Christ, we meet the son of Goose.
Yeah, played by Miles Teller. He plays Rooster, who is the son of Maverick's friend Goose. I was under the impression that he was going to show up to Top Gun and he was going to see him and not know who he was. But then the movie starts and he knows he has a son. He knows he's there. He stood in the way of him getting into aviation. We learned that later. We know why. This movie is not complicated at all. He knows why he stopped it. But can we just say, Miles Teller, he goes back and forth between being on, not a great movie to being in a fantastic movie, turning in a mediocre performance to turning in a wonderful performance. And, he was great on things like Whiplash. And, I liked, I'm one of like the 3 guys that liked that awkward moment. So like to me, Miles Teller is a great actor. Mm-hmm. But the way that he physically transformed into Goose's son, because like he embodies everything that character was in the original one. He dresses the same. He's got the mustache, the way he does his hair, like on a certain angle. Exactly, like he embodies that character so well. Like you totally believe it's his son, and he's not doing an impression or anything. He's just being a great fucking actor.
Agreed. No,
and oh, he's so good. He was so good in this.
What's called It's nuts though because so Rooster's character arc is very much different, completely different from Maverick's or Goose's. He's a great pilot that doubts himself versus a great pilot that's too arrogant, that believes himself too much. He's the polar opposite. He's a great pilot that just hesitates for just a moment. And his whole character arc is one, coming to terms with Maverick, but also like coming to respect with Maverick, which in the film, Maverick never tells him, "Hey, it wasn't my call to pull your papers. Your mother told me to do it." He never told him. That secret stays with him. He never mentions it. Rooster just learns to forgive him, I guess, or understand. Which, I mean, you gotta imagine, I'm sorry, like now I'm thinking about it, Rooster's gotta imagine, like, he probably did it because out of concern for your livelihood. Like, come on, man, don't be stupid. It's because he cares. But anyway, so Maverick is tasked with teaching this elite squadron of pilots how to fly, how to fight, for this mission to destroy a uranium enrichment plant.
Yeah.
I like how the stakes of this film aren't necessarily world ending, but it's like, hey, this is a big deal. We need to handle this. It's very low, realistic, big. And I know those are a bunch of contradictory words, but this feels like a legit mission that would be done by the military. Like, hey, we got 3 weeks. We got to train for this. We need to do this. This is how we're going to do it.
Yeah, and I like that the movie doesn't address the villains. Like they're like, oh, they're just villains. Like they're people that have this uranium and we have to stop them. Like that's it. They don't go like they don't make it political. They don't make it like they don't show the backstory of the villain so we can empathize. We don't care. They're just the bad guys. Like let's just go and kick them out. That's it. So the movie keeps the stakes of they're going on a mission, they're gonna fulfill it, and we can focus on the drama. We can focus on the drama of Maverick with Rooster, Maverick with Jennifer Connelly, Maverick with Iceman. We go through that journey with them. They don't make it into like they don't make it into a puff piece, and I like that. I like that they kept it local.
Yeah.
Like it's him struggling to teach these kids. Yeah.
Which also, real quick, I want to call attention to a scene that I thought was funny. Where they bring him in, they're like, here's the mission that we need. And then Maverick's like, well, I can do it. I don't know who the fuck else, though, we're going to give to be my, like, 3 backups. And they're like, no, dumbass, we don't want you to do it. We want you to teach it. And I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like, he's not going to go on the big mission at the very end. Like, I respect that. And then, like, you're an idiot, kid, if you actually thought Maverick wasn't going to go on this dumbass mission. Tom Cruise is producing this movie. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, like him being pushed to the side, like forget about it.
But so one of the big, if not the biggest selling point of this film, besides a good story or whatnot, the visuals, because goddamn, like these jets are legit, they're real. You see them. I made a joke. Tom Cruise, I don't care how well he looks when he's walking around at Mach 1 or 2 at that speed, your wrinkle's gonna flap. I don't give a damn how young you look. I saw at one point the wrinkle above one of his eyes just start sinking in, and he looked old. I just like, oh, that's what the son of a bitch looks like. Out of the daylight, in the darkness, that's who he is, Palpatine.
No, yeah, they also I like that they didn't hide his height. Like Tom Cruise is not a tall man. But they could have very easily just put like boxes under him or something. But no, they're like Miles Teller and Glenn Powell like tower on top of him, and they just let it. I like that.
Do you think he's finally come to terms with his height?
Oh no, he probably is now.
He's a more secure man.
Yeah. No, like I like that they just let it be. So he's there. He's teaching them. He reconnects with the character of Penny, played by Jennifer Connelly, who is great. Jennifer Connelly is like probably one of the best talents that you can get, and she works really well with them. So she's great in the movie. The team, the airplane pilots, they're great. Glenn Powell, I think he's one of the best younger actors that are working right now. I adored him in the movie Everybody Wants Some, and he was great in things like Set It Up. So he's great in this. He plays Hangman, which is the other. He's the other like cocky pilot who's also there. He plays a great like foil for Miles Teller. The team is great. John Hamm is in this. I almost forget that he's in this because he was just kind of there.
It's weird having Don Draper bitch out Tom Cruise. It's weird. Like, I believe it. I believe Don Draper would look Tom Cruise in the eye and say, fuck you. But, like, it's weird just seeing that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And we see, like, the drama unfolding. We see, like, these characters kind of clash against each other. And they have to address this. And Tom Cruise needs to make peace with them. He needs to make them into a team, which leads to one of the funniest and most memorable scenes in the movie, which we have to address. We have to address the beach football scene, which is either going to break some hearts or it's going to make people break their asses at the gym. So
you're not incorrect.
The original movie had the volleyball scene.
Right? You're not wrong. Like, the original movie had the volleyball scene, but the football scene here is like, oh fuck. But it makes sense though. Like when I saw that was happening, I'm like, you know what? I know what he's doing here. And when Draper's like, what the fuck? He says, it's team building exercise. What the fuck do you think it is? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the show Burn Notice, or have you ever heard about it?
No. Well, I have heard about it, but I haven't.
So Michael Weston in it, he gives a lot of like perspective on why people do things or whatnot, right? That's part of his thing. And one of the things he says is, why do companies have their teams play sports, or why do gangs, work together to jump people or whatnot? Because group activities bring people closer.
Yeah.
Can bring people closer together, whether it's playing football or beating the shit out of the opposing gang. It brings you closer together. So it makes sense. But I was like, playing football, offense and defense at the same time? That's bullshit.
Oh, I gotta give a shout out to what's his name? There's one person on the team.
Bob?
God, what's his name? Not Bob. The guy who's just counting the reps and who's just like Jesus, what's his name? The big guy. Jesus
Powell?
Christ, what's his name? I forgot his name, but he's
Powell?
What's up? Not Powell. Fuck. I forgot his name. He's the guy that's like, he's just there. Like he's part of the team, but he's not a pilot. Like when they're doing the push-ups, he's kind of just like counting them.
Oh yes. Is it Powell? I think you might be right though.
I forgot his name. Anyway, he has the best job because he doesn't have to do shit. He just has to be there. So he to me was the best
I think it's
character.
Hondo.
But there's a lot. But Hondo.
I think it's Hondo. Let me see. I might be wrong. Yeah, he's a comedian. Oh no, I could be wrong.
Yeah, him. Oh, okay. So he was great. So he gets all the team building. He starts to make his relationship with Rooster a little better. So that's kind of like what they're looking for. And then we get to like the mission at the end where he needs to have like his wingman, and he needs to have like these pilots like run with him, and they have to do this mission. And we see at first they can't do it. They do all these attempts to get the mission going, and they can't go at it. And then he does it by himself.
He does it in 15 seconds less also though. He's like, you got 2 minutes 30 seconds, no one can do it. Motherfucker, I'm gonna do it with 15 seconds to spare, bitch.
By myself, yeah. And then they just go, well, you're the guy, you have to do it. And then he has to like choose people that to go with him. So he takes Rooster, he takes these other two pilots, and Jesus Christ, just the adrenaline that I felt during those scenes, it was so well done. It was just so well done. Like, I have no idea how to describe it other than they set it up and they completed wonderfully. The movie's like 2 hours, and yet it doesn't feel like it wastes a single second, and it never feels like it drags. And I think I love it because of that.
Another one of the scenes, the touching scenes during the film that I want to talk about was going to be Iceman. That scene between Tom Cruise and...
when he visits him.
Because I remember thinking, like, the fuck? Like, why is he typing? Like, this is kind of a weird thing to do. But no, it turns out... Yeah, no, he actually has... he actually did have throat cancer. And it's very, like, like, touching. But then they have a hug, and he's like, now who's the best pilot? And he's like, we're having a nice moment. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, that was great.
It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice little scene. I saw in I think last year A24 released a documentary about Val Kilmer. It's called Val, and that's how I know that he's going through throat cancer. Anyone who hasn't seen that documentary, I highly recommend it. It's just called Val, and it is great. I think it's on. I think Amazon produced it too, so you can find it on Prime. But yeah, no, he was great for like the little scene that he has, and then we have to see. Sadly, we have to see like the scene where he passed away, and they have to go to the funeral, and so this movie is really just a collection of all those scenes, really heartfelt and also like action filled. Like it was great. It was freaking great. So that I thought was a nice touching scene. And I like that the last scene that they shared is that joke, like that. We're having a nice. Don't. Yeah. Yeah. That was nice. I think it humanized Maverick a lot.
I think that is one thing that they tried to do with this film was humanize him a lot. Where there's also the funny scene with him and Penny where they're about to mess around and then her daughter gets home and they're like, get out now. Like almost like teenagers scared of the parent catching them and then he jumps out the fucking window and then she's like, don't you hurt my mom again. It's like, oh God. Who's the parent in this relationship? Who's the parent?
My entire theater was cracking up just when he drops her off at the house and she opens the door and like walks in and leaves the door open. Just like when everyone saw the door open, everyone in my theater was cracking laughing. Because it's like, well, go in, dude. Like, she left the door open. Like, she's waiting.
What would have been hilarious if he went in and just closed the door for her? Went back to his bike.
No, like, and I like that their idea of a love scene is just them laying in bed, just having a nice chat. like that's all we see. We just see them like lying there in bed, just talking. Like that's nice. But like that's all we saw. Now that I
think about it, I can't remember Tom Cruise ever having a love scene in the past like 10 years. Like even in any of the Mission Impossible films, he kisses, but he never actually does like the full on like a sex scene or anything like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because he has kids.
This one I think. I don't think that's why. I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know. He has one in the original Top Gun. Oh, but you said last year.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time he had a love scene, but I think he's more of a family man now than he used to be because all of his films are, I don't want to say family oriented, but very much like they're movies he could probably show his kids and they wouldn't be like, "What the fuck, Dad?" Like they'd all be like, "Oh, okay, Dad's running away from another thing." Too far.
Oh God!
I apologize for nothing.
Okay,
but let's talk about the mission.
No, all right, that's fine. The mission. Jesus Christ! I was ready for the film to end when the mission was completed, but they just kept going on like that rescue, that return, that bring Maverick and Rooster back. Shit, it was great.
What's it called? The whole mission started. Okay, did anyone else like? I thought about this objectively. I'm just saying, there was some nepotism in there when he picked Rooster instead of Hangman. I'm just saying, like the fact that he picked Rooster over Hangman. I'm like, but this is bullshit. I'm sorry. Like one of them keeps like postponing, and I get it. Oh, I believe in him, but come on. Come on. You're going to die.
No, but it also makes sense. Like he wants to give that closure to Rooster. Like he wants him to have that vindication. And he wants to prove to him that he can do this and he can do it properly. It's almost like not revenge, but it is making up for the fact that he stopped his papers from going through when he first tried to apply.
That's true. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's probably his makeup. Like, my bad.
I feel like that's also like a thing that takes place there.
Very true. I'm trying to think, man, what else? So we're on the actual mission itself, and it's stressful. Like tension throughout the whole film is there. But that entire third act, once they start the mission until they get back, is tense. From them flying through the ring, because it's damn near impossible. You see the fucking missiles. We're not in the practice zone anymore. Like, this is the real deal. You go above 100 feet, you're dead. And you tell everybody. This film does a great job of showing accurate, I don't want to say 100%, but tactically speaking, what the military does as far as like, all right, launch them, go Tomahawk missiles. They're going to know that we're there. Respond quick. Get the fuck out of there. Because it's too often in action films, they're like, no, like we're just going to go fight and win. It's like, no. We don't want our people to die. You're human beings. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get you a window. Get your asses back as quick as possible. Oh, wait, one thing real quick that bugged the fuck out of me. Is it just me, or did John Hamm's character, was he kind of willing to sacrifice them? Because multiple times he's like, they know the risks of the mission. Motherfucker, that's not the point.
No, like, he does want them to return, but he is like, okay, well, if he dies, he dies.
In the worst way, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he knows the risk, and they know the risk when they they accept it to go. So I do think that he does think that, but I don't think it's a bad thing.
What's cool?
Like, I don't see him as an asshole. I just see him as him fulfilling like what he has to do.
Like,
yeah.
If they don't come back, we'll give their relatives special flags. Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just take umbrage with that. But yeah, so the mission's going, and obviously, Rooster has to get to a point where he's like, all right, let's fucking go. Like, he hits it, and he says the line, but adjusted, but I like it. Talk to me, Dad. Talk to me. God, and it's like, yes, this is great. I love this.
Yeah, it was just, it was good drama. It was just well done. It was just, the setup was done well, and then the payoff was also done well. So it works both ways, and that we love to see it. We love to see it. And then at the end, they managed to escape. Last piece of like comedic scene, but like that scene where Rooster kind of saves him, and then he crashes, and then Tom Cruise goes up to him, and like they meet, and he goes, why did you do that? Were you not thinking? And then he goes, you told me not to think. and then they both kind of look at each other like,
fuck it, I guess we're stuck here. But no, the whole mission, successful. They do their aero maneuvers, but then they get into a dogfight with these 5th generation fighters. With all they're making, they just make a big point of saying, like, look, in these aircrafts that we're in, we're gonna get murdered if we try to fight those guys. So they make it very apparent. They said it's such a simple thing because storytelling isn't that hard. Hey, here are the stakes. Here's what we can't do. Here's how we're gonna build tension so we can't do it. And then once they engage in a firefight, like you're just watching. At one point, they just zoom out and you see like 4 planes all like circling around, trying to fight all these enemies coming around, trying to back each other up. You also have the surface-to-air missiles trying to take him out. There's just so much going on, and I love it. And then at one point, they pull this bullshit maneuver that just works, where Rooster is about to get tagged. And Maverick manages to save him with flares, but then Maverick gets hit. And I legit thought, oh my god, did they kill him finally? Yes. And I thought I want Maverick to die, but I thought that's incredible stakes. The balls on this studio to kill him. Do it. But they didn't. But nonetheless, that false death worked. And then it worked a second time because you once they're on the ground and they steal a jet and they're like, I flew one of these against the Meg or whatever. When they're in the air and they're about to get shot down by that plane, I thought, okay, here's what's going to happen. Rooster is going to eject. Maverick is going to say, I'm sorry. Remember at one point he says, I'm sorry, Goose. Like, I'm sorry, kid. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he thinks they're about to die. Yeah. I thought Maverick was going to die at that point and Rooster was going to get out. I thought, okay, double sacrifice. Yeah. Fine, I guess, if he kills Maverick. But he lives. I don't hate that he lived, but he lives.
Also, it would have been kind of poetic justice because of how Goose dies in the first one. It would have been kind of parallel, yeah. But no, we get a big, loud, happy ending with a hangman coming in from the back and just shooting down this other other pilot. And he comes in and he's flying there, and we see, I don't dislike Hangman. I don't. I actually did like his character a lot. Because he is what Maverick was in the first one. He was that rebellious rogue pilot with a lot of talent, just with a very cocky attitude. So the fact that that is what saves them by the end, it's great. It's a nice way to bookend the story.
Do you think there's any possibility that they're gonna do a third one in another 36 years with Miles Teller?
God, I fucking hope not.
Why not? Top Gun Rooster.
Don't.
Why not?
Just don't. I don't need another one. I don't.
You're
because
right.
I'd rather have another movie that's inspired by this. I'd rather a new filmmaker watch this and be inspired to make his own movie about something similar than I am for watching another one. I saw this thing about how when George Lucas was a kid, he saw all these movies about space and about samurais and about energy, and out of all of that, he makes Star Wars. Like, he took everything that he loved to make Star Wars, and then everyone that grew up to watch Star Wars are growing up, and they're just making Star Wars movies. Like, they're not making their own things that were inspired by what they saw. I want to see that. Okay. If someone wants to make a cool movie about airplanes in like another 30 years, and that director goes, "Oh, I just loved Top Gun when I was a kid," great. But the way that the movie ended, like, that's okay. I don't need another one. This is good. This is good. This is gonna live on, because we didn't need this one. The original one lives perfectly by itself. If we got this one, it was great. If in another 30 years they want to do another one, and that one's also great, wonderful. But it has to beat this one, and that's gonna be really hard. So, yeah.
I really wonder if the plans are, because this film is making like stupid amounts of bank right now, like dumb amounts of money. I'm wondering if the production company, though, if Paramount doesn't want a sequel. At the very least, something down this road. Granted, Paramount and Tom Cruise had a famous falling out in the late 2010s. I'm wondering if they're repairing the relationship now.
Maybe it looks like they're mending their relationship, so that's good. That's a good thing.
This film,
I see it as positive.
This film, overall, top to bottom, good movie. Like a legitimately good film with a lot of action sequences, a lot of heart to the story. Which, dude, I was not expecting there to be that much heart. I thought this was gonna be a dumb, basic bitch action plot. No, this film was good. It was damn good.
And that's all the movie needed to be. It didn't need to be more than that. It was just
Hans
fun.
Zimmer was part of the music for the film. That makes so much sense.
That makes so much sense.
Lady Gaga provides like the most
Jesus.
80s film the most 80s song she's ever done, and that is fucking saying something.
That is saying a lot.
But yeah, overall, top to bottom, this film. Also, one more compliment. Film is very, very, very rewatchable. I would see this again. I'd see this twice. I would see it again. Like this is a very weird. This is a very rewatchable film that I would see multiple times. Like, I could see myself being like, you know what, Top Gun Maverick.
Let's watch it again. Yeah.
Which is the best compliment I can pay.
Yeah, I'm into that.
To a film. It's rewatchable.
Yeah, I agree. Jesus, I have been keeping a list of like my favorite movies so far of this year. Well, I've kept a list of like all the movies the new movies that I've seen this year, and this one is not number one, but it cracked like top like 5, 6 maybe. No, 7. It's a number 7.
Okay, I look forward to that list. You know what else I look forward to?
Hell yeah. What else do you look forward to?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once showtimes.
Everywhere, All at Once. Have you seen it?
No, but I'm literally looking up the showtimes right now as we speak. Let's see. Where?
Okay.
You want that to be our next review so I can go watch it on like Tuesday?
I would love to. I would love to talk about that movie, because let me let you in on something. Mm-hmm. That list, that my favorite movie, that ranked list, Everything Everywhere All at Once, number 1.
Well, damn. How long is this film? Let me see. How much time do you need to carve out? It's only 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'll carve out a Tuesday night for that. Fuck it. I'm going to Cinemark.
Hell yeah. All right. So, final thoughts on Top Gun Maverick.
Fun movie to watch and rewatch over and over and over again. Yourself? Oh, hey. Yourself?
I adored it. It was I had such a good time. I had a blast playing it. I had a blast enjoying it. I love a movie that I don't need to think about and just enjoy. It is, weirdly enough, it is the opposite of Everything Everywhere All at Once. It makes you think, but it makes you like it because you think. It makes you think. So I love them both, and I love this one. I give it a 9 out of 10.
All right, damn. Okay, high compliments from me and Chema. You folks know next week you're gonna be listening to us rave and review about everything everywhere all at once, and yeah, folks, go check us out on Spotify, on iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. We are there. I deeply encourage you to tell your friends about us. Please and thank you. We are rebuilding. We also have a YouTube channel. I post video reviews on there. So yay. Chema?
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. This is always fun. This is always great to do. I have nothing else to add. Thank you so much for checking us out and for recommending us and everything. My name is Chema.
And this was the
rollback. Signing off with a reminder. Do you have a reminder?
I got one. If you're going to be outside for more than 5 minutes, put on some goddamn sunscreen. I made that mistake. I've made that mistake several times.
Are you starting to wear sunscreen?
No, but I feel the effects of the sunscreen I didn't wear yesterday on my neck right now.
SPF over 50 every time, every day, even if you don't go out. There's light in your
Hey,
your
do
computer.
you remember that one episode of Drake and Josh where Josh is like SPF 1000? Good luck, son. Yeah, that was dumb.
Oh God. Did I tell you that I got the 7-day free trial for Paramount Plus just so I could watch reruns of Drake and Josh?
Really?
Yeah, I canceled it immediately because all I wanted was to just rewatch Drake and Josh.
Let me see. Do they have SPF? Yeah, look, it's not even an actual thing. Do they even have SPF 1000?
What?
No.
I think they do because I have 50, but I think
What?
it's higher than that.
Yeah, no, I can't find it.
Oh.
Maybe I'm wrong. Do they have SPF 100? 1000? Oh my God, they do.
I have no idea.
Ask me how much it is.
How much is
$225.
But how long does it last?
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's also SPF.
It's an investment. It's an
I don't think it's
investment.
meant for human use. It looks like it's in a tub made for cars. So that's a reminder. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for everyone that stayed.
Bye.